Imagine this. You're relaxing in your hotel room. Suddenly, buzzing in your ears, your head pounds. The room tilts, and you feel like your brain just short-circuited. You check around. There's nothing. No attacker, no explanation. Congratulations, you might have just been hit by the Havana Syndrome.
Havana Syndrome.
Havana Syndrome.
Havana Syndrome. Sonic attacks.
Attack of unknown nature, but with a mysterious invisible weapon.
The real-life spy thriller where the villain is completely invisible. Late 2016, Havana, Cuba. U.S. embassy workers start reporting something weird. Ringing in ears, dizziness, nausea, confusion, like a mini-stroke, but without the stroke. Some heard strange metallic noises right before symptoms. This wasn't one or two people. Dozens reported it. And it wasn't just Cuba. China, Austria, Serbia, Washington, D.C. Like the glitch was spreading globally. But here's the kicker. No one could find the cause. One of the most widely reported cases was that of Mark Lindsay, a U.S. diplomatic security officer. Lindsay described hearing a loud, piercing sound in his apartment, followed by sudden dizziness, headaches, memory lapses, and trouble concentrating. Even months later, he reported persistent cognitive issues, like forgetting words mid-sentence or struggling to read for long stretches. His symptoms were so severe that he eventually had to leave his post and receive medical care in the US. And of course, wild conspiracy theories trying to decipher the cause hit the market. First theory, some kind of secret sonic weapon. Next theory, microwave attacks, directed energy weapons targeting their heads. Some said, spies messing with spies. Others argued it was mass psychogenic illness, basically group anxiety spiraling into real symptoms. A few even suggested pesticides or toxins in embassy buildings. When doctors finally got a chance to scan the brains of some Havana Syndrome victims, what they found was unsettling. The scans showed subtle but measurable changes in brain structure. Specifically, they found changes in white matter, volume loss in areas tied to balance, spatial memory, and cognitive control, and altered functional connectivity. Basically, certain brain regions weren't talking to each other as smoothly as they should. One study from the University of Pennsylvania, 2019, found differences compared to healthy controls. The cerebellum and brainstem was affected. Even areas linked to auditory processing were impacted, which lines up eerily with victims reporting strange sounds. The creepiest part, there were no signs of trauma, like you'd see with a concussion. No clear injury, no obvious cause, just subtle signs that the brain had glitched. And that's not all. Subsequently, multiple conspiracy layers started to unfold. Some victims believed this was a covert attack. Russia, China, Cuba, who knows?
I do believe Cuba is responsible. I do believe that, and it's a very unusual attack.
The CIA investigated, FBI investigated, State Dep investigated. In 2023, one intel report said, no foreign power involved. Some point to possible classified technology. Others believe it's psychological warfare. And some suggest we're not meant to know. While the physical brain changes were strange, the mental side of Havana Syndrome was its own psychological puzzle with various theories floating, such as mass psychogenic illness, MPI. Some experts argue it could be a classic case of contagious anxiety. When one person reports symptoms, others nearby start feeling similar things because the brain mirrors stress signals. It's the real-life version of, did you hear that? Now I hear it too. Nocebo effect, the evil twin of the placebo effect, where believing you're under attack can actually create real symptoms. Headaches, dizziness, even hearing strange sounds. Hypervigilance. After the first reports, embassy staff were on high alert, constantly scanning for danger, which would amplify normal bodily sensations into something that feels catastrophic. Cold War paranoia 2.0. Psychological stress from working in tense, high-stakes diplomatic zones may have primed people to interpret any strange sensation as an attack, even when it wasn't, whether real attack or mental glitch. Havana Syndrome shows how easily the brain can break under mystery. A mix of psychology, neurology, and spy games. And it's still unsolved. So next time you hear a weird hum and your brain starts buzzing, maybe drink some water. Maybe call a doctor, or maybe you're just starring in your own secret episode of The X-Files. For more brain glitches, creepy case studies, and psychological rabbit holes, hit subscribe to Wired Weird. Like, share this with your paranoid coworker, and remember, Sometimes your brain isn't broken. It's just trying to survive reality.